Thanks so much, Alex. It's a pleasure for me to be here this morning. So I'll take you through some impossible ideas that I've had at, I hope, not too much of a rocket speed. I think in this era of increased developments in knowledge and science and technology and connectivity, the gap between the dream and the reality is closer than ever. So I encourage you today to hold at least 3 impossible thoughts in your head before breakfast. As a child, I used to read a lot and long to have been born in a different era or be able to adventure down a rabbit hole. But now I'm convinced that this era in which we are living is the most fascinating of them all because, as I've said, the way that we can harness technology can really reduce the gap between dream and reality to a distance that's shorter than ever before. And today I would like to share with you 3 basic concepts. Settlement of Mars, sustainability, and the shaping a future on Earth that we can be proud of, and how we can move towards this through innovation, through encouraging diversity of discussion, and basically by exploration. So as a quantum physicist, I know we don't have a lot of time, but there are a few things I'd like you to understand before we're going to be able to continue. No, I'm joking. I believe in the big picture. I mean, we're talking about moving our society off of Earth. We're talking about discovering the smallest pieces of reality and using them to do computing and quantum computing. So, I mean, the big picture really does encompass exploring in the laboratory, using a microscope, these fundamental building blocks of reality. The fact that these fundamental quantum mechanical phenomena are playing a role in photosynthesis, maybe playing a role in human bodies, is a fascinating development of quantum physics that we're finding the mysteries of life in greater depth than ever before the closer we look. So I think on the other side of the big picture is not the very small, but the very big, and the fact that trying to understand what life is has taken us beyond our own planet, trying to find evidence of intelligent life or even just any kind of life on some other planet to answer that really age-old question of are we alone in the universe? Who are we and where are we going? And astrobiology is the fascinating field that looks from the nearby planet Mars to far afield, trying to find evidence of some other systems that have the same characteristics that we consider to be lifelike here on our planet. So that planet on the left there has a particular gravity for me because that's planet Mars, and as an explorer, as a human who would like to go where no human has been before, this is really a natural place to go and explore, to look for evidence of life. There's indications that Mars once had large bodies of liquid water. We know that life on Earth needs water, so it's quite possible that we may find some fossilized or even still living evidence of life there. We do have robotic missions currently exploring the surface of Mars, and yes, I have volunteered to go and live on Mars because the contribution that I would be able to make to the sum of human knowledge from a new world, from this new world Mars, is greater than any adventure that I could imagine having here on Earth, and I'm prepared to then sacrifice my life on Earth to contribute to human knowledge from a completely new place. So now I'm going to flip it around and talk about future of life on Earth, because I've now concluded that moving to Mars is feasible, possible. All we need is budgets, huge teams of engineers, around $10 billion, and really the sum of 7 billion humans' knowledge to get there. This is a technological problem and one that we can solve. A problem that I'm not convinced that we will be able to solve in a simple way is that of how can we create and shape a sustainable future on Earth and that we can be proud of. This is a truly complex question which I have no immediate answers for. I can explain the mission architecture of how to get to Mars. It really just requires $10 billion and huge teams of people to make it happen. The architecture exists. The architecture of how we will make the impossible dream come true of creating a future of which we can be proud here on Earth is not at all obvious. We have these kind of problems with exponential population growth. However, resources are constant. This is a real limitation. Resources on Earth are constant, but yet our population grows exponentially. We can, of course, harness technology to live in a more efficient way, but how will we do that? Computing, of course, plays a role. Technology plays a role. But how will the future of technology look? And I think sometimes we see ourselves being driven by change, being driven by progress. However, we are the drivers, we are the creators, we are the shapers, we are the humans that create the technology. And I think we need to keep in mind very clearly what kinds of technologies we are using towards what kind of future we'd like to create. So I think exploration, as I've said, can be in the laboratory by looking at the very small components of life, and that is part of the exploration that I'm talking about that can drive exploration. And I think nanomedicine, 3D printing, quantum computing, quantum encryption are all processes. I mean, even the transistor in your phone is a result of quantum mechanical investigations and the movement of single electrons in the silicon transistors that are in your phone. So, mouthful there, but that's the truth. The movement of single electrons enables you to compute anything, and our understanding of these small parts of reality has resulted in the devices that you're using right now. On the other hand, exploration can literally take us off the planet. I mean, a few hundred years ago, we could be talking about exploring the surface of the Earth. Nowadays, we can zoom into any location on the planet using our mobile phone. So in terms of exploring actual physical terrains, you've really got to leave the planet to do so. And I think the next frontier of human activity will indeed be in space. So in my new role, while still on Earth, at SAP, and I'm not here to talk about products from SAP, but rather the kinds of projects that I've been able to incubate and to discuss within the framework of working in a big software company, are indeed these projects harnessing developments in technology to try to solve the global challenges that we face today and that we will face in the future. So things from the future of cybersecurity, so harnessing the properties of single photons to encrypt information, using drones to deliver medical supplies in areas where infrastructure is lacking, solar-powered desalination. I don't need to say why that would be important in this context here. The SKA, we are so excited to have the privilege of having the world's largest experiment based here in South Africa. It will be the largest data generator on the planet when it's fully complete. Taking resources from asteroids, using data to improve efficiency in farming, using blockchain to increase trust between networks in a decentralized way. So those are some exciting things on Earth, but I think one thing I would like to leave you with is that life is really the thing that we don't understand. Life is the precious thing that we should be protecting, that we should be respecting. And if it means leaving the planet to go find out whether we're alone or not, that's an impossible thought that I'm prepared to hold in my mind, and I do every day. So I encourage you to remember before breakfast, just like Alice in Wonderland, to hold impossible thoughts in your head. Moreover, to put all your energy into trying to achieve those, because the possibility exists. Thanks to 6 Degrees, and thanks for having me here today.